And we are live on Zoom. We are live on YouTube. And we are live on the Sevens with Pi Frisbee Metatron's internet radio station. I'm thankful and grateful for being here. Uh, yeah, yeah. I definitely felt the shift uh, from the planetary movement yesterday. We will get into all of the nuts and bolts uh, of that major planetary movement yesterday. Um, yeah, it definitely since yesterday it definitely gives new meaning to my phrase. Today is a good day to be me. Every day is a very good day to be me. I believe this, I live this, I be this, and I require that. Um, Ready or not, everybody's authentic self is getting ready to come forward. If you are showing up as your authentic self, you will have a very easier 8-year transit. If you have been showing up as your representative and you believe that is your authentic self, then yeah, it's going to be a rough 8-year period. People's authentic self is going to come to the fore. And it's going to be real easy to determine um, who aligns with you and who doesn't. Um, because they will no longer be able to be a hater and sit in your presence or sit under your tutelage or fake like your post on the internet. People's real self, their true feelings, their true beliefs, um, as wide as the spectrum is that they are. Yeah, yeah. So I just want to encourage each and every one of us uh, to uh, truly, truly continue to always be authentically you, unapologetically, um, and just be mindful. Be mindful of the people in your circle. Talking family members, close circle, and any of those that have been fake, foul, or phony. Just watch. Just watch. Um, there's no more cover. Uh, there are no more cover stories. There are no more excuses. There are no more. Oh, well, he's just like There's no more of that. The covering has been pulled. What you see truly will be what you get. So, one piece of advice, especially during this 8-year transit, when someone shows you who they are, believe their ass the first fucking time. I'm gonna open it up real quick. Anything jolting or vibrational changing transpired to anyone since after midnight Sunday night, Monday morning?
Hi, it's
Hey,
Nikki.
Nikki, how you doing?
It's been a busy month of June. I think I've missed every single
You
show.
you was
In
here in spirit. I felt your spirit here.
Oh, good, because I can be in I'm a multifaceted being,
You're
even though,
multidimensional. You're
right?
multidimensional.
I was like, I got it, and then all of a sudden I got, you get busy, and then for some reason I have a hard time keeping up with meetings,
Okay.
and so I have to constantly repeat all day long. Don't forget astrology Zoom, 7 o'clock, astrology Zoom, 7 o'clock. And Thursday came, and even though it did that, I think it was an hour before astrology Zoom, 7 o'clock. And lo and behold, it slips out of my mind because I start to get distracted. Maybe it's ADHD. Who knows?
It, it
I don't like to truly claim.
it's your creativity. And
Maybe I just have so many things that I'm working on. And
yeah,
that's
and
what it is. I've been on a hustle grind mission for an extremely long amount, and I'm coming to closure. I'm coming to the crescendo of getting my financials in order so
yes,
that I can progress to the next level
absolutely.
and taking care of stuff. And I like to say,
Absolutely.
word on, if somebody shows you that little inkling of color,
Uh-huh.
leave them the first time, otherwise you will continuously learn that lesson. I think
Absolutely.
I've had to go through that multiple times.
Mhm.
Mercury's on the threshold. I think we're in the umbra. Are we in the umbra right now of
Just
going
about.
retrograde?
Yeah, yeah, just about. Mhm.
And I've already had reports of people getting in contact, their exes are contacting them. So I was like, okay, brace yourself,
Oh
people.
yeah, well that's
This is going to be a doozy. That was my inkling of that. So I was like, oh no, had the dream. And it wasn't me, because I seem to have people, I seem to vicariously view some of the people around me in a dream, and you'll think it's you, but it's
Mhm.
not you. Sometimes you're just observing from another point
Absolutely.
of view.
Absolutely.
And then the next thing, you go to work and somebody's talking about, oh
The
yeah, I got the
same thing
parties
that
going and my ex is going to be there. And then there was somebody else talking about the same thing. And I was like, and then I looked up, is Mercury going retrograde? Sure
well,
enough.
it's actually what happened over the weekend with Uranus and Venus and Uranus and Gemini. So
Oh,
yeah, yeah, we're gonna have a 8 year stretch where X's is gonna be coming and going and coming and going and yeah,
there you
yeah.
go. So we've got to maintain our boundaries unless you want to repeat that history again.
Well, these are the X's that aren't vying for the heart anymore, not vying for the physical affection. They just miss the connection. So it'll be easier to navigate through these and a couple of very nice no thank yous will send them on to another path anyway.
There we go. Send
Yeah.
them on to their path. Tell
And
them what they need to continue. Um, One thing that crossed my mind right before I logged in today was um recognition for being. That thought came to my mind. And I said, as it's my birthday month, I don't need a big celebration,
mm-mm,
but do you? Do you need to be recognized for your being? And that's the question, philosophical question at the time. Do you need to be recognized? Not necessarily, or should you be recognized for your being, for that sixth degree of separation, that sixth degree of you crossed that path of somebody and said something that sparked that inspiration, that whatever they needed to hear at that time. So, should you celebrate that? And I think yes. I think that because the alternative, and a lot of us have fought very hard and had to cross paths with death multiple times, and we could have been taken out at any time. And that's my point, is
anytime.
is that we should be celebrating every earth year that comes around,
Absolutely.
that you have that opportunity to experience and impact others' lives.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
so, as Sunday night, I didn't really have anything as spectacular. Sunday was mellow. I was thankful I had a moment to have some self and me time, and I took it.
Mm-hmm.
And rolled into Monday work week. That's the only thing I have to say, and
Okay.
is that we all are here to impact. The only
Absolutely.
thing, you come to Earth for a reason, and you for jobs that you can only do on this earth as a
Only can do
physical
them here.
being,
That's right.
because you can't do these sort of things. The
No.
work that we have to do, you can't do it as a spiritual and physical being. That's half the secret of being. So
Absolutely. Absolutely.
there we go. Anybody else? I'm a pipe down.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Thank you for that. Anybody else? You did the right thing, Honeybee, by blocking them, especially if they talk about I miss us. No, you don't. You don't miss us. Um, all right, all right. Uh, we are live. This is on the sevens with Pythias B Metatron, where we come to awaken, ascend, and expand. I am Pythias B Metatron, your host with the most. And today is a very good day to be me. You know, every day is a very good day to be me. I believe this, I live this, I be this, and I require this. And I guarantee you this, should you make that mantra a part of your daily rituals and go about doing the things that it motivates and inspires you to do, your life will get better each and every day exponentially. I'm thankful and grateful to be here today. Um, and I want to jump right into the matter of the day, and that is July 2025, Uranus entered Gemini, uh, Zodiac natives' soul vibrations. Um, when I get to the part about the astrological part about this, I will explain why this movement um, is so vital to the reshaping and the restructuring of society, um, as much, if not more, than the Pluto in Aquarius. Um, but I'll explain. I'll talk about that when we get to the astrology part. According to the numbers, July 2025, Uranus enters Gemini 8-year transit. Universal number is the special number, excuse me, 14-5. We all know the characteristics of the number 5. We know it's restless, and it's moving, and it's adventurous, and it's innovative, and it's a trailblazer. When we look at the numbers that make up the 5, the 4 is dealing with our stability, our security, the things that we are comfortable with, the things that we are that are creature comforts for us. Fours deal with your relationships. 4 deals with your jobs. The number 4 deals with your family. Pretty much everything that we care about and everything that we have to deal with on a day-to-day basis is covered by the number 4. And then you couple that with the number 1. The number 1 is innovative, and it's inspirational, and it's ambitious, and it is hungry to lead. You mix those two together, this 8-year period is going to be one of tremendous change, um, vivid and contrasting change, um, with an air of there will be abuse of power and abuse of authority. going on throughout this 8-year Uranus and Gemini transit. The only way you're going to radically change from one way and mean of living and being to a new and different way and mean of living and being, there will have to be an abuse of power. I guarantee you, the folks that have all of the power now, today, are not just going to say, here, go ahead, take it. Yeah, we give it up willingly. They're going to do everything that they can to hold on to that, which turns into abuse. Some of the things that the champions of change must do are going to be abusive of power as well. There can be no radical change without some abuse. We are realists here at On the Sevens with Pfeiffer's B Metatron. We don't just give you the good. We give you the good, the bad, the ugly, and we attempt to explain the unexpected. So from a universal number standpoint, this Uranus and Gemini 8-year transit, it's going to be like a roller coaster. It's going to be up and down and starting and stopping and moving and a lot of progress and then none, and then incremental progress and then none, and then some more progress and then none. There will be no backward steps. There will be no reverting to the status quo. There will be radical change. Any comments, any questions, any concerns about the overall vibration, numerical vibration of this Uranus in Gemini 8-year transit? Nothing to be concerned about.
No, nothing to be concerned about. I was wanted to, as a point came to mind though. I'm reading a book, and the book talks about a lot of good and evil. How evil cannot truly exist without the good,
and vice versa.
Yeah. And so we will witness that battle, proverbial battle. We're going to see a lot of that examples coming forth, is what I'm picking up on energetically.
Yes.
That and you can't allow yourself. We're all going to be at that test. We're all going to be tested.
Yep, and we're going to be tested according to what our assignment in our soul contract states for this period. So some of us are observers during this period. Some of us are warriors during this period. Some will be on the front line. Some will be in the back. Everyone's role will manifest organically once we reach the flash point. Yesterday was the jumping off point. We're marching towards the tipping point. Once we get to the tipping point, the flash point comes. So
that, and it gives the good that opportunity to be that example, to example itself as good. It's basically challenged between good and evil. Well, evil, anybody can act accordingly, but it's that human nature that you defy being evil and you choose the good. And that's really what I foresee, that we're going to come between a lot of people making their choice, whether they're going to be making the good choice or the bad choice. Have you watched the Squid Game series at all?
No, I have not.
All right. Well, we won't talk about it.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Now we're going to go through numbers 1 through 9, 11, and 22. These numbers deal with your names. So first name, middle name, last name, date you were born on, and count the numbers in your names. First name, middle name, last name. For instance, my birth name, registered name is Mark Edward Pyle. There are 14 letters in Mark Edward Pyle. Mark Edward Pyle is going to feel right at home during this Uranus in Gemini 8-year transit because it is a 14, 5. 14, the number of letters in your name is your point of security. You feel secure wherever that number pops off. And then the day you were born. So if you have 14 numbers in your name, then that breaks down to the 5. So you would listen to 5. If you have an 11, if any of your names or you're born on the 11th, you will listen to number 2. However, you also listen to number 11. Um, um, if you have a number 22 anywhere, my last name is a 22. You will listen to number 22 and you also listen to number 4. So first name, middle name, last name, whatever number it breaks down to, the single digit, date you were born on, whatever number that is, breaks down to a single digit, and the number of letters in all of your name, broken down to a single digit. All right. All right. Here we go. Number 1. My middle name breaks down to a 1. Edward is a 28. 2 plus 8 equals 10. 1 plus 0 equals 1. If, here it is, number 1, this is your 8-year transit vibration, numerical vibration. If you share plans with others, you are likely to receive practical suggestions. It may be difficult to compromise on dearly held ideas. However, a middle ground position can succeed. There can be strong emotions and hurt feelings in the latter part of this 8-year transit. Be sure you speak with kindness and respect. All right. Anybody born on the 2nd, the 11th, the 20th, and the 29th, you want to listen to this one. And if any of your names break down to a 2, or if your point of security is a 2, you want to listen to this. Throughout this entire 8-year transit, go with your first thought. Your intuition will be strong, powerful, and quite trustworthy. Creativity will heighten as well, making this a good 8-year period to generate ideas and be innovative. You will have even more of an independent streak than usual and be uninterested in following the rules. You will be restless and ready for change. Harness this energy by writing down your thoughts and impressions. You may be surprised at the solutions you find. Number 3, first, middle, last name, born on the 3rd, 12th, 21st, or the 30th. Throughout this entire 8-year transit, powerful insights will help you approach problems in new ways. Solutions will become crystal clear. Your mind will be highly sensitive and you will be restless. Use your artistic talents, be original, and put a unique stamp on your projects. Your ideals will play a large role in anything you create throughout this entire 8-year transit. Number 4, first name, first, middle, last name, born on the 4th, 13th, 22nd, or 31st, and your name, your point of security comes back to a 4. Throughout this entire 8-year transit, you should help others by sharing the benefit of your experience. Others will be inspired by some of the things you have done and may even learn from your mistakes. You will probably have a lot of new ideas throughout this entire 8-year transit, and some of them will be quite unique. Many of the people you come in contact with will share similar beliefs, and you will have a lot to discuss. Creative collaborations will be rewarding. All right. I can dig that. Number 5, first name, middle name, last name, come back to a 5. Born on the 5th, 14th, 23rd. And if your point of security comes back to a 5. Throughout this entire 8-year transit, materialism will not be as important as usual. Other things will inspire you, such as ideas and philosophies. Highly creative ideas will seem to come from nowhere and surprise you. You will be very structured and logical, and yet your mind will now be free and independent. Allow your thoughts to flow freely and record them for later. Do not be afraid of what others think. This 8-year transit is a time to think outside the box and be free of restrictions. Number 6, first name, middle name, last name comes back to a 6. You're born on the 6th, the 15th, or the 24th, or your point of security is 15 or 24 or 33. Throughout this entire 8-year transit, you must be spiritually, physically, mentally, and emotionally strong. When there is uncertainty all around you, you will have to be the strong one. Take time to be sure your clothing and hair are right. You will feel better if you look your best. Contacts you make throughout this entire 8-year transit may be of great help. There is no reason to be overprotective. Let people in your care do as much as they can on their own. All right, number 7, first name, middle name, last name comes back to a 7. Born on the 7th, 16th, or the 25th, or if your name comes back to a 7. If your names, all the letters in your name, add them up and break it down to a single digit, comes back to a 7. Listen to this. Throughout this entire 8-year transit, you will find greater satisfaction and build self-esteem when you can be of help to others. You will have good ideas and should not hesitate to share them. The energy throughout this entire 8-year transit supports making progress on manifesting your highest good goals, desires, and active pursuits. Throughout this entire 8-year transit, honesty is the best and only policy. All right. I can dig it. Number 8, first name, middle name, last name comes back to an 8. You're born on the 8th, the 17th, or the 26th, or your the number of letters in your names comes back to an 8. Throughout this entire 8-year transit, you may periodically feel discouraged. Times may periodically be uncertain, and this will bring a greater seriousness to ordinary events. However, life goes on, and you must resolve to be strong and confident. Simple gestures will be important. Resolve to do something selfless for the one you love. Do not ignore necessary repairs and maintenance. This will save money. All right, number 9s. First name, middle name, last name comes back to a 9. Born on the 9th, 18th, or 27th, or the number of letters in your name comes back to the number 9. Here you go. Throughout this entire 8-year transit, you will be naturally sensitive. You will sometimes give too much and ask for too little. Resolve to stand up for what you need. This includes saying no when you have promised too much. Make time periodically throughout this entire 8-year transit to relax. Simple pleasures will be best. Enjoying the beauty of nature will help you feel more centered. All right. Master number 11. First name, middle name, last name comes back to an 11. You were born on the 11th or the 29th. And if the letters in your name comes back to an 11, this one is for you. Throughout this entire 8-year transit, you will need to know what you stand for. Conflicting values and attitudes about money should not be ignored. Difficult relationships are in for a change. It will be important to draw clear boundaries when it comes to what you need. The energy throughout this entire 8-year transit will help you feel more positive. Be careful you are not doing all the talking throughout this entire 8-year transit. Be a good listener as well. And then finally, for the numbers, master number 22, born on the 22nd, first name, middle name, last name comes back to a 22, or you have 22 letters in your name. This one is for you. Throughout this entire 8-year transit, you will enjoy a dose of extra determination. Do not allow negative events to discourage you. It will be important to say what you think. This will spark confrontations or estrangements from people who do not appreciate the direct approach. This will not always be a bad thing. Avoid starting or listening to gossip. Ongoing problems begin to improve after a period of relative confusion. Spend more time with good friends. Any comments, any questions, any concerns about your numbers? Nope. All right, all right. According to the cards, July 2025, Uranus enters Gemini. 8-year transit outlook vibration is the Ace of Clubs. Desires for new ways and means of communicating. The Ace of Clubs tells us that you will have a strong desire for new and advanced knowledge of some kind this entire 8-year transit, and that new plans, new ideas, new and unconventional forms of communications, and new ways and means of gathering and sharing of information will have a major impact on you. You may throw yourself into some new educational pursuit or some other Mercury-ruled activity, such as writing, speaking, or teaching. You will purchase new and advancing technology and be exposed to some new and advanced systems of knowledge. This will probably mean that you begin some new job as well. This is a powerful indicator of new beginnings in many areas of your life. Your natural curiosity is heightened throughout this entire 8-year transit, and this will lead you into many new ideas, some unconventional concepts, some new age beliefs, and a few alternative ways and means of communicating and of the gathering and sharing of information. With all the passion of this one energy, you must do everything you possibly can to stay balanced and relaxed. It's an exciting time. It's an exciting time that jumped off yesterday, man. I don't think, I sincerely endeavor to give it the justice that it needs, but it's more than one or even two broadcasts that really will give justice to the fullness of just what Uranus entering Gemini for 8 years really is for each of us that are here right now today. Our July 2025 Uranus enters Gemini 8-year transit change and chaos agent vibration is the 5 of Diamonds, embracing the radical and unexpected changes in values. Throughout this entire 8-year transit, you will be challenged by a major internal change in your basic value system that will result in many important external changes in your life. You may feel that changes are forced upon you during this transit, and yet if you look closer, you will notice that you had been wanting those changes for quite some time. Knowing that your needs, wants, and desires will be being fulfilled will be comforting. It will not be easy to go with the flow all the time during this big 8-year transition. You could change jobs or the location of your business or your place of residence or even your primary relationship status under this powerful card's influence. You will not want the same things you wanted at any time in your life. Your priorities will shift and you will be challenged to follow your inner truth. To the extent that you own that you are the one that wants and needs these changes, this process will be easier. Change is here, y'all. Embrace, and it'll go easier. Resist, and it's still going to change. Our July 2025 Uranus enters Gemini 8-year transit. Potential positive outcome vibration is the Queen of Spades. Self-mastery is the key to your success. This powerful card of spiritual attainment guarantees that whatever the radical and unexpected changes in values you experience throughout this entire 8-year transit, you will achieve success related to them and also success in any area of your life by going inside for your answers and making fundamental changes in yourself. Though these changes may be very difficult at times, the end result will be well worth the efforts expended. Time to come away from external awareness of self and really turn your focus to the internal awareness of self. Our July 2025 Uranus enters Gemini 8-year transit spiritual expansion vibration is the 8 of diamonds, attaining and maintaining financial stability. As a result of embracing all of your individual, radical, and unexpected changes in values, and by processing through some of your major challenges, and by narrowing down your focus on manifesting a couple of your goals, desires, and active pursuits throughout this 8-year transit, you will be able to accumulate, earn, or borrow a large sum of money that you need for a specific purpose. Now, only you know your inner goals. However, this card gives you a positive sign for financial success before this 8-year transit ends. Set your sights high throughout this 8-year transit and continue to embrace your individual, radical, and unexpected change as it appears, knowing that in the end, you will be successful. This will be an 8-year transit in which you have the financial means to make some important purchases in your life, whether it is to buy a new house, car, boat, or other items of importance. It is likely that there is something that you want to buy that you will have the means to acquire throughout this 8-year transit. This is a very good omen for finances in general and for success in work or business. Be thankful for the blessings of prosperity that are now a part of your life. All you got to do is embrace it and get busy and stay busy on your stuff. One or two things. One or two. Our July 2025 Uranus enters Gemini 8-year transit observer seat vibration is the 8 of clubs. Mental power creates stability of every life level. The 8 of clubs brings you a great deal of mental power throughout this 8-year transit. This power will bring you success in any of the Mercury ruled professions, such as speaking, writing, or education. This power can also overcome most problems and obstacles that stand in the way of you manifesting your goals, desires, and active pursuits. The only negative aspect of this influence could be a tendency towards mental stubbornness and fixed opinions that will tempt you to bully others. Set your goals high and focus your mind on success. Much of the success with this card comes with focusing the mind on definite objectives. By definition, this means excluding certain options in your life to put more energy into one or two main goals, desires, and active pursuits. As you progress through this 8-year transit, you will experience firsthand the power that comes from a narrowed down and focused thrust of mental energy. Enjoy the success that it brings you. Any comments, any questions, any concerns according to the cards? It's going to be a fun time. A fun time indeed. In spite of all of the turmoil that will be going on collectively on an individual basis, it's a fun, opportune, robust time to launch something and build some instant abundance, instant financial stability. As many folk that are going to get busted down to zero during this 8-year transit, it's going to be that many of us that come up with some astronomical amounts of stuff. Trust and believe that. We're dealing with Uranus here, man. Do you realize we're dealing with Uranus? Okay. Any comments? Any questions?
Tell us some details about Uranus. What does that mean, Mark?
We're gonna get into it in this next segment right here. I'm getting ready to break that down. All right. According to the planets and signs, Uranus moved into Gemini on July 7th, 2025. On November 8th, Uranus will bolt back into Taurus for one last pass. And then on April 26th, 2026, Uranus will settle into Gemini, where it will stay for 6 plus 7 years until it begins to move out of Gemini and into Cancer on August 3rd, 2032. And then finally, it'll jump back into Gemini on December 12th, 2032, and then it will leave for good. Well, not for good, but for this pass, May 22nd, 2023. As both Neptune and Uranus will change signs in 2025 and 2026, the second half of this decade will look and feel quite differently to the first half. In answer to your question about Uranus, shake it up is what I'm gonna start with. Uranus entered Gemini yesterday, which is the first time this transit has been in action since the 1940s. And before that, the 1860s, 1940s, we got pulled in to World War II. In the 1860s, the Civil War, and then a time before that, the American Revolution. It's how powerful Uranus and Gemini is, and you'll get the message in a second. Given that this transit does not happen very often, you should take note of what comes up during these initial ingress. Rebel Uranus radicalizes Gemini's attributes, including communication, media, education, analysis, neighborhoods, and local travel. Expect the unexpected, since this could refer to issues with driving, with media blackouts, with commotions and uprisings, citizen uprisings in your city, hell, maybe even on your own block. In Gemini, Uranus will bring disruptive and inventive energy forward around many mercurial topics like education, matters relating to children, and of course, to all kinds of technical devices and communication patterns. Uranus is the disruptor, Miss Nikki. Uranus comes out of nowhere. Uranus, for all of the unexpected accidents, yeah, that's a Uranus type of thing. And anything that stops traffic going both ways, yeah, that's an Uranus thing. It disrupts shit. Um, it is this transit, this Uranus and Gemini transit is the catalyst for the Pluto in Aquarius transit. The Pluto in Aquarius transit is like the executive. It's like it's a bunch of CEOs of all of the various, or a bunch of all of the heads of all of the various factions, education, banking, criminal justice, politics, all of the systems, all of the CEOs of all of the systems that are currently ran in the world. That's Pluto in Aquarius. Uranus in Gemini is the or the general. Uranus and Gemini are the soldiers or the workers or the factory folks or the mail carriers or the citizens. The Pluto in Aquarius is big picture view. It's systemic. Uranus in Gemini is collective and people and disruptive and agitated and aggressive and out of nowhere, and yeah. So whenever we have Pluto and Aquarius, the talk is of change. And we get to see Pluto and Aquarius exposes what needs to be changed. And then after the initial exposition, here comes Uranus and Gemini to jump the shit off to get it changed. Yeah, Gemini is coming with the fight, with the smoke. And like we were talking earlier, um, um, this now, since yesterday and through this 8-year trek, this is when the fight is going to be. This is when, if uprising is going to happen, it's going to happen in this 8-year cycle. If there's going to be a civil war, it's fixing to jump off in this cycle. If the government gets ran up through and they overturn Washington, D.C., it's getting ready to happen because Uranus just kicked into Gemini. Any comments on this? Any questions?
Is that why the White House is perpetuating a UFC fight on the front yard?
No, they're doing that because Trump is a UFC fan. That's all that is. That's all that is. And again, what is happening in this 8-year transit has nothing to do with American politics or any one politician whatsoever. This is coming from the cosmos, and the cosmos is going to handpick their change agents. Donald Trump was just a change agent picked by the cosmos. That's all. And he is doing what the cosmos is directing. You like it, hate it, what I don't like or hate anything that's happening. I love what the cosmos is doing with this radical change. This is what I signed up for, the radical change part. I don't give a rip how the radical change happens. I don't care. I really don't. It could be peaceful. It could be it could be willing. It could be a dog fight. It could be somewhere in between all that. I really give zero fucks about how it comes across. I don't care. I want it to come. That's and Uranus and Gemini is going to make sure that this shit jump off real soon, real soon. In this 8-year period, the way that we teach people, the way that we teach our children, the way that curriculum is developed and given to schools is going to be disrupted and transformed. All manners of these technological devices and these apps and these softwares and these platforms, all this shit gonna be transformed. Hell, I could probably guarantee you to say, I bet you we won't be on Zoom at the end of this. And we probably won't be on Facebook and Instagram and X, and all of that shit will be obsolete. We'll be talking about Zoom and Facebook and X and Instagram in 2033 like we talk about MySpace and AOL right now. That shit will be so ancient. We'll be talking about iPhones and iPhone 10 and tablets and flip phones. We'll be like, that'll be so ancient. Most of what we use and how we communicate and broadcast right now today, it'll be done. We're gonna have to, all of us who are in the information uh industry. I'm in the information industry. All of us who are in the information industry gonna have to advance, gonna have to radically change, or your ass gonna be left behind. Any comments? Any questions?
I definitely agree with that the latest statement because they already trying to figure out another way to communicate, and they've been running tests on the children through the games that they create to try to
Absolutely.
figure out what they're going to be able to predict about how they're going to communicate and how they're going to network. But Uranus Gemini definitely is like a, did you get the picture? Like, did you get the
You
message?
get the message,
Because
dog? Like, it's time.
yeah,
Like, what's up?
like everybody, and I did feel like that activation was like,
Yes.
okay, now go, like now go do the thing, like go say the thing, like
Yes.
go do it now, and you don't have to know everything. It's just like, did you feel the nudge? Did you feel the wind push you in this specific direction to go in right now? And if you haven't received the message, the Gemini energy is mutable, so it's gonna keep coming back around. It's gonna keep coming around, around, around. It's not gonna stop.
Yeah, they gonna stop.
It ain't. It's definitely not gonna stop. So I do feel like it is gonna be a lighter energy because it's such a light, airy
Yeah.
energy. I feel like it's. I mean, for some more than others, but I personally feel like it is giving me wind beneath my wings, so to speak, with my personal Aquarius placements. Like I feel so much like relief, like oh my god, like
Yes.
finally.
Like, finally, dog. Like, shit. Like,
I really don't
yeah.
be realizing how heavy Taurus energy is until we move into Gemini season. It's such a big, it's like a whoo, like you can finally just put that down, or like that heaviness is just kind of like
Yes.
off now.
Yes.
So yeah, and then with these air trine with Uranus and Pluto, and then the fire with Saturn for now, and then Neptune, that's gonna we're gonna have so many. I was just looking at a list of jobs that are pretty much gonna be obsolete just due to
Yes.
AI,
Just, yeah.
and it's like,
And other advancements. Yeah.
yeah, and it's like
Yes.
the question we all, if you haven't, should be asking yourself, what do you want to do with your time? Because you're gonna have so much freed up off of you instead of, because a lot of people still fighting to hold on to the past, and it's like, why would you want to hold on to what you've already seen accomplish? All it can really accomplish. It's time to go next level now.
It's time to ratchet it up. It's time to,
So
like
what are you
Emerald
gonna
Lagasse.
do?
What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna
Mm-hmm.
do? Yeah.
Because we gonna have plenty.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you for that. Thank you. Thank you. Mercury is also involved in business and trade, which are two other areas likely to undergo huge transitions during this time. Uranus in a Mercury ruled sign has the air of the innovator and inventor and will likely bring new technologies, especially about transport, travel, and all kinds of commercial matters. Gemini is a humane sign, and like all air signs, represents humanity. A big transit through the sign of Gemini will show change for the collective. That's the change that I'm talking about, that on our own individual levels, we all have been clamoring about it since we've been able to talk and recognize that some shit has been out of balance around here. Um, so whatever individual radical change needs to happen in each and every one of us, it's gonna happen in this 8-year transit. And whatever radical and unexpected change that needs to happen in society is gonna happen. You can count on it. You can count on it. Uranus and Gemini will likely be a period of flux where systems and social structures move through periods of chaos as they try to keep up with the rapidly changing nature of society and the needs of modern human beings. Borders and boundaries will shift as people migrate and move, and the way we live evolves. That part right there, just the way that we live evolves. That's exciting in and of itself. If nothing else changes, the way I live, the thought of the way I live evolving, that excites me, man. That excites me. Like all mutable signs, Gemini is known for its changeable nature, being interested in many things and constantly wanting to flit from one thing to another. Add in the boundary pushing qualities of Uranus, and this combination of Uranus and Gemini will likely be a busy, bustling time where ideas about rebellion and revolution, about how to do things differently and why we should, will catch on quickly and spread far and wide. Every rebellion and every revolution doesn't necessarily have to be violent. However, there will be casualties. There's no nice way to say it. There will be casualties. There always is in a rebellion. There always is in a revolution. Yeah. Yeah. Some on the I want to hold on to status quo. Some of them will die, and some of radical change warriors, they will die. And some of the folks in between who don't know which side they're going to be on. Most people don't know what side they're on. They're just going to fall in line with the side that wins. And that is what is tragic about most of society. Most of society will just fall right in line with whoever wins, whoever is the dominant one. Most of society is gonna wake up too during this 8-year transit. Uranus and Gemini from 2025 to 2033 may highlight feelings of restlessness. In addition, new ideas about how to live, what is really important, and the way we might collaborate and organize ourselves as groups will emerge. And yes, it may well be tumultuous as alliances will shift. Emerging desires for freedom might push against established systems and coalitions. This looks like current alliances coming apart and new associations or organizations forming. Yeah. All right. Here comes some nuggets that you may not have known. Gemini is an important sign for the United States of America. The U.S. Sylvie chart has Sagittarius rising, which places Gemini in a prominent angular position on the descendant. Because of this that I'm getting ready to tell you, the two most recent transits of Uranus and Gemini include the U.S. involvement in World War II from 1941 to 45 and the U.S. Civil War 1861 to 65. The transit of Uranus through Gemini from 1774 to 1778 includes the American Revolutionary War. Here's a little nugget you may not have known until you might be today's years old when you find this out. This means that the United States of America's birth chart includes Uranus in Gemini too, quite close to the descendant degree. Now you might get a little bit stronger picture why Uranus and Gemini is really going to affect America more than any other nation on the planet. The birth chart, the natal chart of America has Uranus and Gemini. So this is like the like the Uranus return. Woo! Whenever a return happens, shit gets shaken up. Yeah. And how it was is never to be the way it will be again. If you guys really think about it, if you think how life was before the Revolutionary War and then after we kicked the Brits' ass, get your ass out of here, shit changed in America. And then after World War II, how shit changed in America after the Civil War, went from slaves and free people. Our language changed, how we communicated to one another changed, how we educated people in schools changed, how we lived changed. I trust the cosmos to do that again this time. That's why it doesn't matter who's in the White House. It doesn't matter who's a senator. It doesn't matter who's a congressperson. It don't matter who's a mayor or a governor. It don't matter. It doesn't matter. And the Gemini Sun, Uranus aspect, yeah, house of open enemies. Correct. Correct. Considering some of these past events, you might imagine the upcoming transit of Uranus and Gemini will be a time of radical change and upheaval in society and around how we arrange ourselves as groups, communities, and nations of people. The longer air epoch cycle, which began with the Jupiter conjunct Saturn aspect in 2020, is already known to be a period in history of changing power dynamics, shifting alliances, and the dispersal of established power and financial centers. Uranus is about freedom. During a Uranus transit, you may learn more about your core, about your authentic self, and and you may crave the space and freedom to be true to yourself in more and more areas of your life. Since Uranus is not interested in fitting in or in social approval or in doing what is safe and predictable, one gift of a Uranus transit is that you can embrace your authentic self. This might mean you speak up about your genuine interests or desires. You might surprise those around you. That is always a sign you are on your authentic path during a Uranus transit. Figuring out the ways in which you have adapted, held back, or modified your individuality to fit in, and then giving yourself permission to break those habits will be an integral part of working with this Uranus transit. In the end, Uranus wants to breathe new life and energy into an area of your life that has become boring, stagnant, or perhaps too safe and familiar. If you could wave a wand and change something huge in your life, what would it be? What would those things look like? You do not have to know how things would change or come together. All you have to do is tune in to what you want to change. Do not be too attached to what things look like afterwards. Instead, focus on what you do not like, that you wish was different, what you wish were so, however, is currently missing. And most of all, tune into the kinds of feelings you want to experience and the ideas you want to explore. Anything is possible under a wild transit from Uranus. And while you may still be surprised at the specifics, it is a great time to identify the things you want to change. Be open to the ideas you have about making choices that might set you apart from others. Honoring yourself will often mean standing out if you are willing. Uranus is on hand to help you create change that leads to new freedom as you conduct a mini uprising to reshape your life around your authentic essence. Any comments? Any questions? Any concerns according to the planets?
Snoop Dogg for president.
Huh?
Snoop Dogg for president.
Yeah, whoever for president, I don't care. I want to know what his policy is on immigration first. I want to know if he's going to tax my tips first. I want to know if he's going to keep boys out of girls' sports. Yeah. Yeah, no, Snoop, anybody for president, it doesn't matter. The whole political system as we know it now is going to change anyway by the end of this 8-year transit. It's going to be a whole new political thing. Most everything in our daily life that we have come to rely upon and be used to and get used to is changing. It is. It is. Any comments? Miss Lemons, go ahead.
Go ahead and finish.
No, I was going to say, Miss Lemons, you got anything before I get to the Zodiac natives soul vibrations?
I was literally, the words you were just saying, I literally just said it earlier today. And I'm like, I feel like the stuff that I kind of felt like was like, okay, this is kind of comfortable. You know what I'm saying? This feels cool and stable. And it's like, as soon as I had that thought process, I'm like, now I feel like I'm like shifting away from it. Like I'm sliding out.
Yep.
I'm sliding away from it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Good.
Yeah. It is really a wild time to be here. And I guarantee you, this is what I saw in my soul contract that got me excited. I said, yep, I'll go for that.
Has to be, you know, and then Gemini energy is its own twin flame. So it's like
Yes.
we just literally meeting ourselves, like
Yes.
on a very deep spiritual level. We're meeting ourselves.
On a personal level, you can expect to find out shit about yourself that you didn't even know, your own damn self. Because you're going to meet every part of you, every authentic part of you, even some parts that you may have subconsciously locked away somewhere when you was a kid for whatever reason. The fullness and the beauty of you is going to be on full display. And you'll be able to grab a hold of all of it and just immerse yourself in it. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. All right, Zodiac natives, sun sign, moon sign, rising sign, ascendant. If you have a stellium or if you have 3 or more placements in your chart, you want to listen for this. And of course, significant others or co-workers or anybody else you want to be cosmically nosy about, you can listen to theirs as well. Aries, this one is for you. As Uranus moved into Gemini, my ascending Aries natives will be experiencing a surge of mental energy and curiosity. This 8-year transit encourages you to embrace unconventional ideas and to experiment with new forms of communication and to explore innovative approaches to learning and networking. Sudden changes or breakthroughs in how you express yourself may arise, leading to greater authenticity and impact. Use this energy to explore technology or platforms that amplify your voice. While the pace may feel fast, staying flexible and open-minded will help you adapt and thrive. Uranus in Gemini inspires you to redefine how you share your vision with the world. Throughout this entire 8-year transit, your brain is going to be on overload. Your daily conversations, learning habits, and short distance travel routines are about to become way more hectic and way more interesting. You will be exploring new ideas and learning in unconventional ways. Siblings and extended family may go through big changes, and your community dynamics could shift unexpectedly. Taurus natives, this one is for you. With Uranus moving into Gemini, my ascending Taurus natives are invited to rethink your approach to finances, possessions, and personal values. This 8-year transit brings opportunities for innovative financial strategies, such as exploring new investments, innovative entrepreneurial ventures, or unconventional sources of income. Reflect on whether your material pursuits align with your evolving priorities and embrace change where necessary. Unexpected shifts in income or resources may occur, prompting you to adapt quickly. By staying open to new possibilities and embracing technology or collaborative ventures, you will build a more flexible and forward-thinking foundation for financial growth and personal security. Throughout this entire 8-year transit, your relationship with money, resources, and material possessions is about to change dramatically. You will crave more financial freedom and might pursue new, innovative ways of earning income. This could also bring fluctuations, ups and downs in your incomes and values. So be prepared to adapt. Gemini natives, this one is for you. Uranus moving into Gemini marks a transformative period of reinvention and discovery for you, my ascending Gemini natives. This 8-year transit encourages you to break free from outdated routines, harmful habits, or self-defeating concepts and explore innovative ways to express yourself. Whether through personal projects, relationships, or career shifts, Uranus inspires you to embrace bold risk and trust your instincts. Sudden opportunities for growth may arise, challenging you to think differently and act courageously. Use this energy to redefine your identity and pursue a future that aligns with your authenticity. Embracing change will help you unlock your full potential. Throughout this entire 8-year transit, think of this as your personal revolution. Everything from your appearance to your personality and even your entire life path is up for disruption and transformation. Expect radical changes in your style, in your relationships, in your sense of identity, and in the way you show up in the world. This is your time to break free. Cancer natives, I got one for you. With Uranus moving into Gemini, my ascending Cancer natives will be drawn inward to explore your subconscious and spiritual self. This 8-year transit encourages you to experiment with new ways of understanding your inner world, such as through unconventional healing practices or innovative mindfulness techniques. Sudden insights or breakthroughs in your emotional patterns may guide you to release outdated beliefs and harmful habits. Embrace this 8-year period of introspection as an opportunity to deepen your self-awareness and uncover your hidden strengths. By staying open to transformation and trusting your intuition, you will navigate this 8-year period with clarity and emotional growth. Throughout this entire 8-year transit, your inner world will be waking up. Your subconscious mind, your sleep cycles, and your connection to the unseen are going through major shifts. You might experience vivid dreams, spiritual breakthroughs, or disruptive rest patterns. Privacy, solitude, and spiritual practices will be key. Leo natives, I have one for you. Uranus moving into Gemini shakes up my ascending Leo natives' social life and long-term goals, bringing dynamic energy to your aspirations. This 8-year transit is a time to embrace innovation, to connect with visionary thinkers and to explore unconventional collaborations. Sudden shifts in your social circle may occur, opening doors to exciting opportunities and fresh perspectives. Use this energy to align your ambitions with your evolving values, thinking boldly about the future you want to create. By staying adaptable and open to change, you will build a network that supports your growth and helps you achieve groundbreaking success. Throughout this entire 8-year transit, your social circles will be changing fast. Friends may come and go. Communities may dissolve and reform. You are looking to connect with people who are outside the box, rebels, visionaries, weirdos, and ditching stale group dynamics. This 8-year transit is a great time to explore futuristic group projects or activism. Virgo natives, this one is for you. As Uranus moved into Gemini, my ascending Virgo natives will be experiencing transformative energy in your career and public life. This 8-year transit encourages you to embrace change, to experiment with unconventional strategies, and to explore new ways of achieving professional success. Sudden shifts in your work environment or goals may arise, challenging you to adapt and innovate. Use this energy to redefine your ambitions and align your career with your evolving values. By thinking outside the box and taking calculated risks, you will pave the way for meaningful and exciting growth in your professional journey. Throughout this entire 8-year transit, your career path will be in flux and getting shaken up. Your public reputation may change, and you could find yourself suddenly pivoting into something totally new. You may be drawn to tech-related roles or forward-thinking leadership. Do not cling to old job titles or outdated aspirations. Libra natives, I got one for you. With Uranus moving into Gemini, my ascending Libra natives will be encouraged to break free from traditional approaches to learning, personal beliefs, and exploration. This 8-year transit brings opportunities for transformative experiences, whether through travel, through higher education, or because of your spiritual growth. You may be drawn to unconventional ideas or practices that challenge your worldview and inspire fresh perspectives. Sudden changes in your path may arise, pushing you to think creatively and adapt quickly. Embrace this energy to pursue spiritual, intellectual, and personal growth, aligning your life with the freedom and excitement of new possibilities. Throughout this entire 8-year transit, everything you thought you believed will be up for review. Your worldview will be changing. You may be drawn to new forms of education, philosophy, or even travel that challenge your old paradigms. This is about breaking out of your mental bubble and exploring radical new perspectives. Scorpio natives, I got one for you too. Uranus moving into Gemini highlighted transformation in my ascending Scorpio natives' shared resources, financial collaborations, and emotional bonds. This 8-year transit brings opportunity to rethink traditional approaches to joint finances, such as exploring investments or unconventional agreements. In relationships, Uranus inspires deeper trust and vulnerability while encouraging you to release outdated emotional patterns. Sudden shifts in these areas may push you to embrace change and think creatively. Use this energy to align your financial and emotional partnerships with your evolving values, fostering growth and stability through innovation and mutual understanding. This entire 8-year transit will challenge your relationship with shared resources, trust, and control. Finances tied to other people may fluctuate. You may face some emotional or psychological breakthroughs that help you release old patterns. It is also a great time to study the occult, taboo, or hidden subjects. Sag natives, you're next. With Uranus moving into Gemini, my ascending Sagittarius natives will be experiencing dynamic shifts in your relationships. This 8-year transit brings opportunities for growth and transformation in how you connect with others, both romantically and professionally. Sudden changes or unconventional partnerships may arise, challenging traditional expectations. Embrace this energy to redefine your approach to collaboration, focusing on authenticity and mutual growth. Whether forming new alliances or strengthening existing bonds, Uranus encourages innovation and adaptability in your connections. By staying open to change, you will cultivate meaningful relationships that align with your evolving goals and values. Throughout this entire 8-year transit, your one-on-one relationships will be going through massive change. Partnerships may begin or end abruptly. If you are in a relationship, your partner might go through big shifts. This 8-year transit is a time for freedom and flexibility in how you connect. Contracts and agreements may also be up for renegotiation. All right. And now, the most important turn of the spiral of the Zodiac. At least it is concerning me. Capricorn natives, I got one for you. Uranus moving into Gemini shifted my ascending Capricorn natives' focus to your daily routines, to your work environment, and to your health. This 8-year transit brings opportunities to adopt unconventional methods for boosting productivity and improving your well-being. You may feel inspired to experiment with new schedules, technologies, or approaches to self-care. Sudden changes at work or in your responsibilities may arise, urging you to adapt quickly and think creatively. Use this energy to embrace flexibility and refine your habits to better align with your long-term goals. By innovating in your daily life, you will create a foundation for lasting success and vitality. Throughout this entire 8-year transit, your day-to-day life is going to get weird. Your work, your health, and your routines and schedules, they are all in flux. You will need more flexibility, and your nervous system may need extra support. Routines may feel impossible to stick to, and yet, this is also your chance to create new systems that actually work for you. All right. I like that. I like that. I can get with all of that. Aquarius natives. This one is for you. With Aquarius moving into Gemini, my ascending Aquarius natives will be experiencing a surge of inspiration and creative energy. Hot damn. This 8-year transit encourages you to break free from conventional approaches to self-expression and to explore new ways of showcasing your talents. Whether through art, hobbies, or personal projects, Uranus inspires boldness and authenticity in your pursuits. Romantic relationships may also gain excitement and unpredictability, offering opportunities for fresh connections and deeper passions. Use this energy to align your actions with your inner desires, creating a vibrant and fulfilling path that reflects your unique vision and creativity. Throughout this entire 8-year transit, you will be rediscovering joy, and it is going to look a lot different than before. Creative projects, romance, fun, and even children could go through radical shifts. This 8-year transit is a great time to innovate in your creative life or start a new passion project that feels deeply liberating. All right. I can dig it. Yeah, I can dig that. And then finally, Pisces natives. I got one for you. Uranus moving into Gemini brings transformative energy to my ascending Pisces natives' home life and emotional foundations. This 8-year transit encourages you to explore unconventional approaches to family dynamics, to living arrangements, or by creating a secure sense of belonging. Sudden shifts in your domestic life may arise, challenging you to adapt and innovate. Use this energy to embrace change, whether through technology, redecorating, or resolving long-standing tensions with loved ones. By staying open to new possibilities, you will create a harmonious environment that supports your personal growth and emotional stability. Throughout this entire 8-year transit, your home, family, and private life are about to be shaken up. Moves, renovations, or shifts in your family dynamic may come out of nowhere. Your sense of emotional security will be evolving. You will need to build a foundation that allows for freedom and change. Uranus and Gemini will generate a massive technological and societal shift around how we learn, connect, and process information. The main challenge of Uranus and Gemini will be learning how to stay present while the mental noise increases and to use our voice with purpose instead of just volume. Cosmically, this is an ideal time to question what we think we know, not just for the sake of rebelling, however, to make space for entirely new perspectives and practices. This air-powered 8-year Uranus and Gemini cycle is the mark of a great intellectual awakening worldwide. We are letting go of old ways that no longer resonate and reinventing how we think, speak, and share ideas. Always be authentically you, unapologetically. Your mastered self awaits you. Zen Uru, Zen Uru, Zen Uru. Any comments? Any questions? Any concerns, complaints? How'd I do there, Miss Lemons?
You did splendid as per usual. I definitely was listening in because I'm one of them people that listen to all 12, and I'm like, okay, I'm in this house now. Okay, I'm in this house now. But I did definitely was listening in on Taurus because it's my MC.
Yep.
And that's I do feel like, okay, I literally just had this idea of going in a certain direction career wise.
Yeah.
Like maybe I should just try this. And then it was just like, boom, no, we're gonna do this.
Exit
So
stage left. Yeah. Yeah.
yes. So I definitely encourage everyone, if you know your chart, see where you have Gemini in your charts as well, what house that is in. And if you know your chart well, like definitely listen to each sign and see
Yes.
how that house is going to be affected. And yeah, you definitely hit it on the nose. Like really, really
Yes.
good.
Yes. I thank you for that, Miss Lemons. I'm very, very, very excited about this 8-year transit. And like I said earlier, if Pluto in Aquarius is Batman. Uranus and Gemini is Robin. However, Uranus and Gemini is more than just Robin. The Uranus and Gemini is Robin and the Joker and the Riddler and Uranus and Gemini is going to antagonize the things that Pluto and Aquarius wants to do. And Uranus and Gemini is also going to be an antagonist too. Yeah. Yes. Harley Quinn, you got it. Just absolutely. So, however, one by itself can't do, yeah. Pluto and Aquarius by itself, it needs Uranus and Gemini to do the dirty work. Uranus and Gemini is Pluto and Aquarius's muscle. Yes, it's the muscle. It's the heavy. It needs it to do the dirty work. Yeah. So Pluto and Aquarius can keep their hands clean of the casualties. Yeah, because that's high level. Pluto and Aquarius is higher level. Uranus is more down to the ground, nitty gritty. And again, because of what I know about the human condition, especially about the folks in America, it's too many people in America that is too comfortable. They're not ready for no smoke, and they're not going to do no damn fighting. So any type of civil war, it's going to be a little militia over here fighting this militia over there. But as far as some organized one side organized against another, there's no sides in this thing. Ain't nobody going to start no civil war over no politics. Shit. I don't believe that anybody is going to start a civil war over current immigration policy or over the price of gasoline or over if boys can play in girls sport. I don't think nobody's going to start a civil war over that shit. Yeah, there's going to be folks squawking on both sides of that shit. Yeah, but that's all they're going to do, talk shit and swallow their spit. Anybody going to start fighting or go shooting anybody over that? And most of the population of America is too comfortable to do any fighting. So revolution and rebellion going to look a lot different this time around. And because of that, a lot of it won't be televised. A lot of it will not be televised. However, it's going to happen. If you don't already have VPNs, please get a VPN of your choice. I'm not promoting any VPN over another. However, I would suggest that you get you a VPN. And I want everybody to Google, if you don't know what I'm talking about, a Faraday cage. If you cannot get a Faraday cage, your microwave oven is the same thing. When you are not on your phone, put it in a Faraday cage or put it in the microwave. Leave it on. If you put it in the microwave, make sure you take it out before you warm up your spaghetti, okay? Because if not, you're going to blow up some shit, okay? The reason being, I have a website and I get inundated with certain types of spam and the attacks that are going to happen. Yeah, there's going to be some fool that'll strap a backpack on their back and walk into a mall and blow his own ass up and kill some other people. There'll be a couple of fools that do that, but there are going to be cyber attacks and technological attacks and payment system attacks and all of that. And a lot of us keep our whole life is on our phone. Like honeybee, if your whole phone just went black and you couldn't turn it on right now, what type of crisis would that cause you? You can open your mic and talk if you want.
That'd be pretty bad. I I don't know. I think I was talking to Lainey, like, it was a few weeks ago, and I was saying that I write down all my passwords. Whoever I was talking to, they started laughing at me, and they was like, "Why you still writing your passwords down?" I don't think it was right. And
Yeah.
I was like, it's easier for me to remember it that way, and if anything ever happened to my phone, like,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
a folder on my phone that I kept like all my confidential information in,
Right.
and then I forgot my password to it, and now I can't get in.
Damn.
I went back to the old school method of writing stuff down.
Yep. I, I'm telling all of us, secure your devices both while you're on them, operating them. Get you a VPN, and then when you are not on the phone, like at night when you sleep, just Google Faraday cage, Faraday cage, and it's a nominal investment. You'll thank me in the long run. You'll thank me. They actually will go a long way in limiting the spam and nonsense calls that you get as well. So I'm just making a suggestion. Like I said, I don't sell the Faraday cages. I don't promote nobody who does. I don't sell the VPNs, and I don't promote anybody who does. I'm just making a suggestion. I have both of those. And until you get your Faraday cage, you can use your microwave. Just when you go to bed at night, just put your phone in the microwave. Just make that a part of your. You can even get a one that don't work. I have one that doesn't work, and I put the phone in the microwave every night. It's a natural Faraday cage. The way they're built, it's natural. Also, do whatever you can to I know in this day and age, I got PayPal, I got Cash App, I got, this payment system, that payment system. Narrow some of those down. Stick with the ones that are too big to fail. Not that I'm saying anything about any specific ones. Just it's a time. This 8-year transit is going to be a time of narrowing down, paring down, um, um, and being more mindful and more focused in on you and your shit and your accounts and where your stuff is going and where you are going and what you're putting in your body and what you're giving out. Yes, it's really, really a drawn in time. So I want all of us to become more mindful about what we do on these phones, man. I got Cash App on the phone. Cash App is linked to my bank account. There you go. I don't have much in my account, but whatever's in there is mine, and I want it to be there tomorrow. I am counting on the amount that I know is there today to be there tomorrow. So yeah, just be mindful about that. What else? Anybody live in Texas close to the flood, or anybody in Texas close to the flood? The scammers are already calling them with phone scams. Uh, um, Pass on to all of your folks that are in that area that any legitimate um, agency that is going to help you will not ask you for money. Any legitimate organization that is going to help you because of a flood is not going to ask you for money. So the tell is, if they ask you for money, hang up. So pass that along to everybody. Oh, I got an update from our beloved member Jolene. She wants everybody to know she misses each and every one of y'all. Her schedule has changed, and she is actually at work during the time of the show. She is going to come on board as a sponsor of the show, and I'm excited about the opportunities that her and I are going to discuss. So once we get the particulars ironed out, yeah, you guys will hear that this show has been sponsored by blah, 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 blah. So I'm excited about that, but she wanted to send her love and highs and hellos to each and every one of you. I will let her know that each and every one of y'all send them right back. What else? What else? Anything else? Oh, I have my biannual visit for colonoscopy scheduled for September 4th. Yeah, and I'm good. So, I'm just letting you guys know we'll probably only have one broadcast that week. I don't anticipate any wild major fluctuations in my health. I don't anticipate any damaging, any bad polyps. I probably have some polyps, but I don't believe any of them are bad or cancerous or anything like that. So, I'll have the colonoscopy and relax that day and the next day, and then I'll be back at it in 48 hours. And working diligently to have something. I'm not going to say it's software or a book or a class or online courses or anything, but I will have something ready for launch on the fall equinox. And I'm very, very excited about that. Next major day for the planetary movement is 8/8, the Lion's Gate. We're approximately 30 days away from that. So, if you already have your previous 8/8 affirmations, look at them. If they've changed, alter them. If they haven't changed, repeat them. It's funny, my goals, since I've narrowed them down these past, 5-6 years, my goals and affirmations, they're the same. Same shit. So, take that as a piece of advice. Any comments, any questions? Lady D, how you doing? Unmute yourself if you can.
Yeah, I'm good. How are you all?
Oh, I'm great. I'm great.
Good.
What's been going on in your part of the country?
Well, a lot has been going on. I've been real busy. I'm exhausted now.
I'm grateful that you showed up. I am.
Oh yeah, thank you. It's always good to be here and to listen in on the good news.
All right, all right. Well, I appreciate your presence, and I acknowledge you, and I'm grateful that you took time out of your busy day and fought your exhaustion to hang out with me for a
Hey,
little.
exhaustion is good because it used to be so boring. Now I'm doing stuff.
All right, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, so I'm happy about that. Thank you.
That's good. That's good. All right. Any other comments? Anybody else? It's exciting times that we're in, you guys. Exciting, exciting times. Use this time to either invent yourself, reinvent yourself, or make a powerful penetration into the purposed place your soul came to be. Since there'll be nothing else, this has been On the Sevens with Pythers B. Metatron, where we come to awaken to our mastered self, ascend with our evolving soul, and expand our consciousness mind. We are thankful and grateful for each and every one of you for your support and encouragement. Please continue to keep On the Sevens with Pythers B. Metatron a part of your soul's journey as your mastered self awaits you. Let me leave you with this. As above, so below. As within, so without. As of the cosmos, so in your soul core level. It is so, it is so. Always be authentically you, unapologetically. Until we gather again, goodbye for now. I am Pythers B. Metatron on the Sevens, signing off. Zen Uru, Zen Uru, Zen Uru. See y'all next week.